After getting some spark plugs that I totally didn't buy off the board, I made my way to the airport for the very first time. After having only known Lubeck in the outskirts, this map is a breath of fresh air, however dangerous that it is. The calm ambience and cool night was soothing as I tried to find a settlement. However, my attempts ended in failure. As I soon discovered, there were anomalies everywhere, and I had to be very careful. And for someone who previously hadn't run into anomalies on this scale, it was as close to the book as this game has gotten for me. Despite the sudden sharp uptick in difficulty, I barely enjoyed it. I couldn't find a base right away to find safety and simply on my own from the very beginning. Of course, I did find some guides offering me to go back for a small fee, which is not that bad, which I eventually ended up taking because my first attempt ended in failure. I eventually ran out of medkits, anti-rads, and a couple antidotes, so I had to go back and get medicine regardless, which I knew about from the get-go. However, I anticipated that I would be able to find the base first before leaving, which was my goal. Upon first glance, I thought that the flooded village would have a few NPCs or something at least, but no, it only had dogs, and that was my first death. On my second go-around, I found the sniper on top of the hill. I completed my first quest in the airport area. He told me about a village nearby, which I tried to look for, but I couldn't find. Seeing a distant campfire across the river only served to remind me how far away I actually was. I tried to cross the river, but I soon realized that that wasn't feasible. I would die of suffocation before even making it halfway. After going up all the way on the right side after following another player, it seems that that way is blocked too, and that goes to a different area. It turns out I need to be an employee of the airport, which only furthered my idea that I would have to go up the left side, past the electrified bridge, past the burner anomalies, to some sort of settlement there. But I couldn't make it without getting too much radiation and dying. I think if I were to go back, I would need to know the exact path past the bridge in order to just sprint through, or have a ton of medkits on hand, or have better gear regardless. But nonetheless, it was a refreshing glimpse into a new area. After being used to the outskirts in Lubeck, it was a good thing I didn't have many items on me because I did die quite a handful of times. There wasn't much in the way of mutants, but there were some new dogs, maybe wolves I suppose, but I didn't want to go anywhere near them because they looked pretty fearsome. And I only have an SKS. Maybe if I tag along with a group or get better gear, I could come back at another time. But for now, I don't think it's really possible.